Greetings and many blessings in the name of the Most High Yah. Is King Yediyah, aka King Solomon, striving to stay wise in life and in these markets. And today is the 30th of August 2022. It's 8:33 a.m. Eastern Time. And it's half an hour into the US session on the Forex market. So let me get into this trade right here. I'm in a sell position, two sell positions on GBPUSD, and let's start with the US dollar 4-hour chart. Excuse me. All right, so looking at the 4-hour chart here, we're kind of finding support at the pivot level. Central pivot of the Camarilla levels. This is the weekly central pivot, and this right here is the R3 resistance of the yearly pivots, right? So we had a major pullback from that level. Well, not major pullback, but let's say it's heavy resistance. So we had a reaction there. We pulled back. It's like a breakout of this congestion right here. We had the breakout and retest, right? So let's look at it from that perspective. So it's definitely in a bullish posture. We're finding support here at the pivot level, breaking out of this these highs right here, retesting the highs, come back into value a little bit, pick up some orders right there at the pivot level, and we're getting good volume on the pushback up, right? So the trend monitor is showing that we're at the medium level. The yellow line right there, that's the trend line. Those white crosses are like the medium level of the trend line, and this blue color here represents bullishness, right? So we're at this level right here, the medium level, and this line could curve up like it did before when we're going into like let's say from this level how we pushed up a little bit, that's going into a bullish level. So you see bullish posture. So you see we had that push up from there, kind of coinciding with that. So everything is looking kind of bullish right now. I'm thinking we're gonna get back up to resistance, probably retest the yearly R3, and this is my resistance zone right here from previous highs. This rectangle right here, that's the zone right there, my resistance zone. So it all coincides with the yearly R3 as well. So definitely could probably run into some resistance there again, but let's see what happens, you know. Let's see, let's go to GBPUSD. So this is the 4-hour chart on GBPUSD, and let me point some out here. Let me just make this bigger. All right, so I was looking at the chart last night, and I was looking at I think this is the hold on, let me make sure. Yes, so this is the weekly Camarilla levels, right? So I was looking at some past kind of interaction at the pivot level, like around this level right here. We got the push down to S1. You can see S1 is right there. So from the pivot level, push down to S1. So when we get this rejection from the pivot level, we're getting a nice run past at S1, somewhere around S2, right? So this first one here, we got below S1 from the pivot level. This one here, when we lost the pivot level, we got down to almost S2. So at this level here, we got down all the way to S3, right? So now, let me take off that volume point of control for now. 1 second. Alright, and let me make it bigger right now so you could see the current action at the pivot level, right? So on this level right here, we got down to the S1 level again, right? And now we're rejecting the pivot level again. So it's respecting this pivot level right here, the central pivots. It's respecting that level, and it's looking like to me we're gonna get down to either S2, and it's looking to me like we're gonna get down to S3. So this is my target right here at first position is 1.15006. Second take profit is 1.15205. So last night I actually added to the position right here. Let's see, what level is that? Yeah, so I added to the position on a pullback at 1.17291, and the first entry was 1.17034. So added to the position there, and I'm gonna hold this all week because these are weekly pivots, right? So I'm gonna hold this as a swing trade and try and get down to this S3 level here. And depending on how it moves, if it, well, I haven't seen previously that it actually gets to S4, right? That would probably happen if the US dollar really breaks the highs and breaks through the yearly R3 and stuff like that. So maybe that'll happen, maybe not, but I'm not seeing anything like that on the charts. We're usually getting like some support here at the S3 level. I think there was one let's go back here. Let's go back. It only got to S3 one time, I believe, or maybe twice. So at this point here, right, previously we got to S3 on what date was that? So on the 19th of August we got to S3 from this pivot rejection right here, right? So let's see if we have another one here. I think one of the first ones was to S3 as well. Right, so this is another one right here. From this S3 breakdown, this pivot breakdown, we got to S3 here. And this happened on, let's see. This happened on the 1st of July. So it's not something that happens all the time, right? Over here, it actually got to when we broke the pivot level again, right here. Actually, this was another day, so this didn't. Right, so this, let me pull this down a little bit so you could see. Right, so when we lost the pivot on this day, we only got on this week, right? When we lost the pivot here, we got to only, it closed around S2, right? Now it continued on the next week and it got to S3, right? But as far as that's concerned, that week's pivot, it only got to, because it had the retracement, right, back up to the pivot, and then when we fell again, we only fell to S1. So it's not a usual thing for it to actually get to S3, but given the circumstances right now, it's looking like the US dollar is about to break some highs. It's really trying to push up. We have those fundamentals on our side. The Fed is hawkish and stuff like that. So maybe we might get an S3 push this week. So looking forward to that. So that's my targets right there at 1.15205 and 1.15006. Now I might adjust one of these and try and pull them down lower if we really get some strength in the US dollar. So that's my little trade plan right there. Alright, y'all, it's King Yadaya, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets, and y'all trade safe and stay blessed.